Here we go for the 100th time. Is it live? Yep. Hey guys, so it's day 5 of a series and I'm getting used to it. So I also gained like 4 subscribers, so one per every video. So yeah, I'll take that without like any branding, just like any publicity, just one LinkedIn post on every hour of 2 days. So 1, 2, and 4. So yep, I'll take that. Uh, where were we? We did on that JavaScript. Okay. Hmm, this something different. Did they update? Yeah, we did the Ja. No. Okay, we did the complete beginner. I thought there was something else here, but yes, let's start the JavaScript guide. We have learned enough to be a complete beginner, and yes, let's go. So, introduction. Oh, introduction. I guess this might be the introduction. Nope. Let's go here. Yep. Um. Yep. I thought I needed to zoom, but it's already zoomed. This chapter introduces JavaScript and discusses some of its fundamental concepts. Okay, finally, uh, where to find JavaScript information? JavaScript guide. I guess JavaScript guide is this, and let's see. Is it? Yup. JavaScript guide is this. Hmm. Okay, references. So is the references here? So we'll come to it and learn web development. Is it somewhere in this page only? Okay, so it's the whole MDN. Okay, gotcha. So let's go. We are focused on JavaScript right now, so that's it. If you are new we are not new. We did 4 days of stream. Plus, I hope some of you already know a bit of JavaScript and are here to like um, increase that knowledge because uh, that's the stage where I am, and I'm doing this for me. So I'm doing this for my own learning, and sometimes I do make some videos where I explain the concepts to myself. So I thought, why not just stream it? Because I wanted to be a streamer, and this itself was a way that I can fulfill like two work in just one. So I decided to just stream it. Yep. Um, JavaScript is a cross-platform. Yep, we know object-oriented scripting language, web pages interactive. There's also more advanced server-side version of JavaScript, such as Node, so runtimes, which allow you to add more functionality to a website than downloading files, such as runtime collaboration between multiple computers inside a host environment, for example, a web browser. JavaScript can also be connected to the objects of its environment to provide programmatic control over them. JavaScript, I guess someone's calling me. Okay, I'm back. Yep. So client-side JavaScript contains standard library of objects such as array, date, and mat. So we saw how everything in JavaScript has a prototype and basically which and everything in JavaScript is an object and contains a lot of methods and values that could be used like all of these objects. So core JavaScript can be extended for a variety of purposes by supplanting it with additional objects. For example, client-side JavaScript extends the core language by supplying objects to control a browser and an application to communicate with a database. Provide content browser. JavaScript can change the way the web page DOM looks, and likewise, no, Node.js JavaScript on the server can respond to custom requests sent by code and executed on the browser. So that's how APIs work. JavaScript and Java, bruh. Okay. Yeah, I understand why they have to add this page because a lot of beginners are like, okay, Java, like they saw Java somewhere, so and they saw like JavaScript, so they might be confused. But this ticks me a lot because what can I say? This because obviously they are not the same, and like completely different types of languages. So, um, the JavaScript language resembles Java, but does not have Java static typing, strong type checking. JavaScript follows most Java expression syntax, naming convention, and basic control flow construct, which was the reason why it was renamed from LiveScript to JavaScript. Oh, yeah, makes sense. They follow the same C family, so like this is something I coined where I call all these languages as C family, which have bases which follow a similar naming convention. And uh, but yeah, so in contrast, Java compiles time system of classes built by declaration. JavaScript supports a runtime system based on small number of data types representing numerical, Boolean, and string values. JavaScript has a prototype-based object model instead of more common class-based object model. The prototype-based model provides dynamic inheritance that what what is inherited can vary from individual objects. JavaScript also supports function without any special declaration method requirements. Exactly. Functions can be properties of objects executing as loosely typed methods. JavaScript is a very free-form language compared to Java. You don't have to declare variable classes, methods. You don't have to be concerned with whether methods are public, private, protected, and you don't have to implement uh, interfaces. Variables, parameters, and function return types are not explicitly typed. Java is class-based programming language designed for fast execution and type safety. Exactly. Type safety means, for instance, that you can't cast a Java integer into object reference or private memory into by corrupting the Java bytecode. Means, for instance, you can't cast a Java integer into an object reference or private memory by corrupting the Java bytecode. I don't understand this line. By corrupting the Java bytecode, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Java class-based model means that the program consists execute exclusively of classes and their method. Java class inheritance and strong typing generally require tightly coupled object hierarchies. These requirement make Java programming more complex than JavaScript programming. Exactly. JavaScript is like basically you go. JavaScript also has procedural programming. You can do class-based or object-oriented. So JavaScript is very, let's say, flexible with what you want to do with JavaScript, and that's why it is used and can be used in like multiple fields. Is on the server, on web. You can like a lot of people, like not a lot of people do, but some people have done ML with JavaScript, and that has been done. And people make games with JavaScript. So things JavaScript though it's not a good idea, yeah, to use it everywhere because some at some places you need that kind of performance. But yeah, as JavaScript is very flexible, it can be used anywhere. So we saw these JavaScript and the ECMAScript specification. JavaScript is standardized at ECMA International. Let's see their website. They have a good website for JavaScript. People that make JavaScript standardization, I, I would hope they make a like really cool kind of website. But I do understand that this is a professional website too, so it has all the good accessibility features. Let's check. Okay, the tabs. Let me just close my dark mode. The tabs are kind of working. Uh, yeah, I can view them, but it could have been better. Okay, I don't, I can't find my tab. Yep, tabs are not working. One thing they can also add is sometimes a lot of website, like I'll show you Amazon has that. If you click tab, yeah, skip to main content. So a lot of websites do add that. Uh, how do I press enter? Uh, I don't use tabs a lot, but yeah, it's a good accessibility feature. I guess shift enter. Yep, shift enter. So it just scrolls to the main content. The main content here is just this much. So okay, but yeah, this is a accessibility feature where, like, let's say if the main content was this, so that button, when I press that, like I reload this page, I press my first tab, I get this skip to main content, and then I press shift and enter, and then let me know, tab, shift and enter. So I've skipped to the main content, but yeah, a lot of websites do this, and it's a good accessibility feature for people that don't prefer using uh, mouse pointers. So they should have also add this because they are ECMA. So the European Association for Standardizing. Okay. We know they standardize JavaScript. We don't need to know their uh, history. ECMAScript specification is a set of requirements for implementing ECMAScript. It is useful if you want to implement standard compliant language features in your ECMAS, such as Python. Hmm. Okay, leave that. It's not something very useful. Getting started with JavaScript. single line. Okay, we know about the console. We know about multi-line and put in the console. Grammar and types. Basic. So initialization, initialization with declaration. Case sensitive. I use Unicode characters. Uh, ev- every line is called a statement. So in JavaScript, like the runtime can also add the semicolon. So at the end of the line. So this is not required, but yeah, it's kind of a good practice. I have seen very good developers not adding semicolons, and I have also seen very good developers adding semicolons. So it's a preference. Comments. This was there somewhere else. This whole stuff was there. Variable scope. Yep, let's do variables. Variable scope. Okay. Did I miss something? Evaluating variables. So let's. Uh, so log A. Yep. Console log B. Yep. B is undefined. Uh, so not defined. So basically, what's going on? We'll come to this variable hosting. I know it's below. So whenever var is basically block scope, functional scope. So and if it doesn't find a function, it goes to a global scope. Same with let, which is a block scope, but if it doesn't find a block, it goes to the global scope. And in JavaScript, every variable is declared at the top of the scope. So at the top, we will have var a, var b, and let x and let y declared. But at the top of this page, because they are in that scope, and then all this code will be run. So that's why we get undefined for A, undefined for B, because if we had defined something for A here, it would be like if A was 2, it would become like the value of A is 2. But if we had something for B here, like B, if B was 2, this would still be undefined. But in this page, C is not defined in this code, so we get this error, uncaught reference error, and for X, the same thing happens, and for uh, hmm, this, let's see, let's see, is this, hmm, I would have to open this on VS Code. Close this, open JavaScript box. Yep. Next purchase. Control. Node purchase. Hmm. Why should this be on? Let is not hoisted. Let's make this in our scope. Yep, it throws an error. Hmm. Is it the same with on the browser? Let's just see. Hmm. Okay, so this doesn't work. Oh, we'll come to hosting. Okay, so I guess var is hosted. I know var is hosted, but isn't let hosted? So let is not hosted, I guess, or I'm missing something. So we'll check what happens with let. So you can use the undefined to determine whether the variable has a value in the following code or the variable has not not assigned a value if statement evaluates true. The undefined value behaves as false when used in a Boolean context. Okay. Variable scope. Exactly. Const is block scope. So let and const our block scope. However, variables created with var are not block scope but only local to the function or global scope. So the block resides within. Let's do one thing. Yeah. Yep. For example, the following code will log 5 because the scope of X is in global context or the function scope context. Hmm. Yeah, so this will log 5 because var is declared and initialized in the global context and it is functional scope and it has no function here, so it's globally scoped. Variable hoisting. Yeah, we'll come to know why what's hoisting and how it works. Another unusual thing about variables in JavaScript that you can refer to is variable declared later without getting an exception. This concept is known as hoisting. Variables in JavaScript are in a sense hoisted or lifted to the top of function or statement. However, variables that are hoisted return the value of undefined. So even if you declare and initialize after you use and refer the variable, it still returns undefined. Okay. So console log x equals to undefined true. Um, they talk about only var. So why don't they talk about okay so in this scope my if we console log my var again I'm like then it should also print my var also like let's me just show you and console dot log. So it should show print uh, my my value here. So yep, let's see, undefined and my value. Yep. Now the above example will be interpreted as same. Example var x console log x is equals to undefined x is equals to 3 var. Yep. Because of hoisting, all var statement in the function should be placed as near to as top of the function as possible. The best practice increases the clarity of code. Let and cons are hoisted but not initialized. Okay, referencing the variable in the block before the variable declaration results in reference error because the variable is in temporal dead zone from the start of the block until the declaration is processed. Hmm, makes sense. Okay, so the both of them give different kinds of error. Like if I first let's see what error do we get. We get okay one minute. That's the process thing. Y is not defined. For not defining the Y, we get this error and cannot access Y before initialization. Okay, so latent const are also hoisted, but uh, then they uh, also like they are not initialized at that time, so that's why we get uh, we don't get that kind of error where we get an error when we are using them before. I'm just distracted by these balls. They're beautiful. uh, yep. So yeah, latent cons are also hoisted, but they are not initialized. So that's the reason. Okay, I didn't know they aren't initialized. So and they throw different errors, so cannot if we like declare them, so it throws an initialization error, but if it doesn't don't declare them, then it throws the declaration error. Function hoisting, function are hoisted if they are defined using function declaration, but function are not hoisted if they are defined using function expression. Okay, the following The following example shows due to function hoisting, the function foo can be called even before its defined function. Because the function is defined, then the function defined using a function declaration. Cool, yeah, we know that. Like in previous videos, we got to know this. The for and how it could be done. The function example, the variable name bars is hosted due to variable hoisting, but because uh, a function is assigned to bars using the function expression rather than bars being defined as a function declaration, the function cannot be called before it's defined. Exactly. So, so if we function function declaration, if we do function declaration, it's hoisted, and uh, if not, then we get a type error. So it is defined as like it is also hoisted, but uh, it is not initialized. So yep, global variables. Global variables are in fact properties of global project. In web pages, global object is window, so you can set the and access the global variable using window variable syntax. Uh, One minute. Consequently, you can access global variables and in one window or frame from another window or frame by specifying the window or frame name. For example, if a variable called phone number is declared in the document, you can refer to this variable from an iframe as parent.phone number. Exactly. Constants. We know the concepts of constants. Obviously, this will cause an error. This will cause an error too. We know that obviously objects are reference based, so uh, changing like it will still point to this reference, and thus changing a value inside doesn't cause an error. Doesn't cause an error because this is an object only uh, because of prototype data type. Big int, the integer with arbitrary precision. What does this n mean? uh, if somebody knows what this n means, then please tell me. Symbol, a data type whose instances are unique and immutable. These are the two data types that are not very common. We can not much data upon them. Symbol, to create new primitive symbol, we write symbol with an optional thing as the description. Hmm. Okay, so they are reference types basically to strings, I guess. A data type whose instances are unique and immutable. Cool. Basically, they are constants of references. Although these data types are relatively few, they enable you to perform useful operation. ठीक है. Uh, Data type conversion, JavaScript does it all. This will convert it into a string. Hmm. Okay, so multiplication and subtraction. It actually uses the integer, so that's cool. Pass in, pass float. Yep. Literals reference values in JavaScript. These are fixed values, not variables, that you literally provide in the script. The section describes the following types of literal. Array literals. Array literals. Array literals is a list of zero or more expression each of. So this is array. Just let's see this. I should just shift it here. Hmm. Yep, empty. Kinda cool. Note the secondary item is empty, which is not exactly the same as actual undefined. Okay. The using array traversing methods like array.program.map empty slots are skipped. However, index accessing fish of one still returns uh, undefined. If you included a trailing comma at the end of the element, the comma is ignored. Okay. So basically this is ignored. Like we'll only get two values. Nope, they are wrong. They are wrong. The length is 8. Like if we add one comma, is that ignored? Adding one comma is ignored. Adding two commas, that shouldn't be ignored. Yep, the last one is ignored actually. Hmm. Not commas, just one comma, trailing comma. Oh, yep, the last one is that's what they wrote. Cool. Oh, they recommend us to, uh, instead of doing this, they recommend using undefined explicitly. Boolean literals, true or false, numeric literals, integer literals, floating point literals, objects literal. We know that. Yeah, exactly. Property names are not valid and identifier cannot be accessed as a dot. Exactly. No, we must use the square brackets. We have done this, like we talked about this in previous. Enhance object literals. Object literals support a range of shorthand syntaxes that include setting, prototype, and construction shorthand for full assignment define. Okay, yeah. So let's say we have, so we can create an object const obj equals to fish, and we don't need to explicitly define that fish equals to uh, fish. Instead of that, we can just do it in this way, and we can console log obj, and we'll get the correct. So fish and array of 4. Cool. Check regex literals, which define in detail later is pattern enclosed between slashes. So slashes. The following is an example: string literals, double or single colon, or commas, double or single comma. Huh? Shit, what do we call this? Oh my god. What do we call this? I am blanking. Quotation, quotes, double or single quotes. Yep. length. Template literals. So template literals, let's say fish of 0. So using dollar and brackets, you can make it like this. So if I console this log, I'll get that gibberish and lion. It's a syntactical sugar. So syntactical sugar is basically better syntax for doing the same stuff. So JavaScript has that a lot, and basically it is basically adding two strings, but doing that in a very better way, easier way. Tag template, a compact syntax for specifying a template literal along with the call of tag example. A tag template is just more succinct. What is this one? Succinct. Succinct. Briefly or clearly express. Brief. Okay. Semantic way to invoke a function that possesses a string and a set of relevant values. The name of the template tag function precedes the template literal, uh, as in the following example, where the tag template function has name print. The print function will inter- interpolate the arguments and serialize any objects or array that may come up, avoiding the pesky object. Yep. How much time have I spent? I think we'll do grammar and types. How much should we? Yep. Let's just see how much time have I spent. Ugh, my net is slow right now, I guess. 30 minutes. We'll go for some more time then. Let's see what they are doing. Format arg, arrow function, array dot is array arg. If that arg is array, then print bulleted list. So array dot map, and all of them are joined by slash n. So each of the value, and if arg dot toString equals to object dot prototype dot toString, what is this? So dot dot toString is a function. Yep. So what? Why are they doing this? If r dot toString equals to object dot prototype dot, that method exists basically. They are checking this. Then basically, if arg is not an object, but that will be the yeah. So numbers would not have two strings. I guess numbers, booleans, and all that. Print is equals to segment args, spread the args. For any well-formed template literal, there will always be an arg. Ma let message is equals to segment of 0, segment dot slice 1 for each segment index. A message plus is equals to format args also to those progress. Print I need to do to do's. My current progress is progress. Hmm. Where are they using print and format arg they are using here? Where are they using print? Okay, print they are using. Okay, how are they using? Let's just see how this works. This seems interesting. Let's delete the old code. No balls for me. I get this. Okay. So let's see what they are doing. Hmm. So print. If I call this in a parenthesis, will it make a problem? A problem. Let's see that. Yep, it will make a problem. So how is this happening? My God. Let's see what they are doing. Print. So they are taking segments and arcs. Uh, segments of 0. For any well-formed template literal, there will be always be n arcs and n plus 1 string segments. Okay. How is this working? What are segments? Let's see. Console.log segments. I need to do slashing. My current progress is and slashing. These are segments. Okay, I need to do my current progresses and the arcs is the first array and the second object. Cool. Got this. Hmm. Need to do. So every new line is a segment. Let message is also segment. Segment the slice one for each segment. It could create a problem when the first one word is only asked. So I like. I guess let's just see properly. Does it work? Yep, it works properly. Hmm. Okay, I know how it works because it does format arcs for the first one. Like the first, it would be I need to do and then double of like to do. Is how was that answer? And this doesn't make any sense. I'm going to a big rabbit hole of not making a lot of sense. Yeah. How is this working? What is this called? Uh, Tag template. Compact syntax. So that's the syntax for specifying a template literal along with the call to a tag function for passing it. A tag template is just more sucking. How did we pronounce this? Succinct, succinct, yeah, succinct, I guess. Succinct, succinct, yeah. And semantic way to invoke of the function that processes a string and set of relevant values. The name of tag template function precedes the template literal, as in the following example where the template tag function is named print. The print function will interpolate the arguments and serialize any objects and arrays that may come up, avoiding the pesky object. Yep. So arcs of 0 is to do's, arcs of 1 is to do, and to do's, and arcs of 2 is progress. Cool. So this is the code for like normal writing. This may be reminiscent of console log style interpolation. Yep. I never use it like this way. I also don't use it. I use actually I make a template literal inside this and pass in like uh, how I generally like is pass in like format args of like I'll pass this as this way. So how I use it. But I don't think it will give a proper answer for this code. I don't know. But yeah, mm, it should give some answer. Okay, console log. Yep. So that's how I do it. Um, don't need that print function. This whole line of code is gone. Just two calls. But probably like if there are like thousands of objects and arrays, that could be a problem with my version. So which I haven't faced till now, but so it's a good thing to know. Using special characters and string. Cool. Slash zero null byte. Yeah, we know that from computer science concepts. Escaping character slash. Cool. How much time have we streamed? Please don't say we have a problem. Oh, I hope there's not no problem. That would be bad. I'll switch to Twitch if like I face a lot of problems. 'Cause I don't want to get into that. So 1 hour is enough. Uh, let's do control flow and error handling the next time. And till so why isn't it stopping? Stop already. Hey, 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 stop, 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 stop.